Today, I want to gist you how I got into the university without my parents' notice. They didn't know I was admitted. They didn't know I'm in year one already. Until I got admission, none of my brothers knew. My mom did not know. And the gist comes. See what happened. Before then, happy new month. Today is 1st March, and I want to wish you the best. Let this month be beautiful. Let this month be perfect for us. Let this month bring good tidings. Then into my story. See, what happened was that I did pre-science in Nsukka under a suit. Then I don't know about now, but then they were in barracks. So there's a place called Barracks in Nsukka. That's where the pre-science was located. So we were there, and it took 1 year for us to finish pre-science. So after 1 year, I graduated and I passed. There were cut-off marks for each course you want to study. So after everything, my cut-off mark was okay for the course I chose. I chose computer science and engineering. I graduated with computer engineering, but during pre-science, it's called CSE, computer science and engineering. So that pre-science, it was my mom that made arrangement for it. I didn't know anything about pre-science. So one day my mom came from the market and said, "Only come." I came. When I answered her, she said, "Someone told me about pre-science and it's for science students. Can you try it?" I said yes. And before then, I've written JAMB to enter UNN to study medicine and surgery. Boom! There was strike in UNN then. So we're waiting for that strike to even know if my cut-off mark will be able to get me into the university or something. Then my mom said, "There's no harm in doing pre-science while you wait for while we wait for UNN to finish with their strike." So, and that is it. I entered pre-science. During that pre-science, it was fun, but that's not where my story is going. But after pre-science, my cut-off mark, and many people were traveling to Enugu to go and know where our main campus is, because it's in Enugu we are supposed to do our first year in ESUT. Then we are still in Enugu town, not in Albany. So people were traveling to Enugu, and on my own I would be like, why go home? Let me just pack my properties to the house or leave my properties, because by then the rent we paid for where we're staying has not expired. I said, let me just pack my properties here and go to Enugu too, so that all of us will see how our main campus is. At least we are sure now that we are going into the school, because during pre-science you are not yet sure whether you'll be admitted or not, because it's your result that will tell whether we enter the university or not. So now that I have my results, I have above cut-off mark, so there is hope. I entered Moto and went to Enugu. So when I got to Enugu, everybody was also wandering. We were wandering from one point to the other. We found ourselves in engineering faculty. We moved around. There was nothing unique. We didn't see anything unique. You know, when you have high expectation of your university and all that. After wandering, I don't know what to do again, whether to go home just like that, to go home just like that. And that's okay. Let me visit one of my cousins. I have some cousin brothers in Enugu then. It's okay. And I went to their place and stayed. So I was with my cousins in Abapanike, Enugu, and sometimes I would just enter bus to ESUT in independent layout. Just now, I think all those places now belong to IMT now. But then ESUT had some parts, and there's a part called AC. That's where engineering department was. So I will just carry myself there, you know. This is my potential class. I will say this is my. And one of the days I was wandering as usual, I met someone in an office. Just carelessly, I saw someone, and I heard the person speaking Nsukka. I remember I did my pre-science in Nsukka. I speak Nsukka very well too. So I was like, "Hey, Ibonye Nsukka." That is, "Are you from Nsukka?" The man said yes. Lo and behold, I didn't know that he's a prof in that department, in that computer science and engineering department. And he said, yes, what did you come? But all this our discussion now, we are doing it in Soka language. He now asked me, what am I doing here? I say, I just finished my pre-science. He said, what is your cutoff mark? I told him. And he was like, yeah, why not start processing your admission? Your classes will start so and so date. So, me, I didn't even know anything about class. I don't even know the subjects or the courses I will do. I don't know their codes. I don't know anything. I'm just that novice. Like, I don't know anything about first year. All I know is that now I've passed pre-science, and of course I'll gain admission into the university. That's all I know. So as it's going, the man now told me that I should meet the other person. He will give me a form that I will fill. I went to that person, and the person gave me form. I filled the form. The man said I should submit the form with my transcript, my WAEC or NECO transcript, and all that and all that. That was how admission started. Admission process started. So I filled the form. I started looking. I was like, what is transcript? At that point, I didn't know what transcript was. I was like, what is transcript? I started asking people what was transcript, and they told me that transcript, I have to go to my secondary school, and they will give me my WAEC transcript that I'll submit it with that. Boom! I traveled to my boom! I traveled to my secondary school, asked for transcript. Principal dragged me. That is another story. And in short, I'll be telling you a lot of stories. So I now but finally, after a lot of dragging and payments, I got my transcript. So as I got that transcript, I came back to Enugu. All these movements, my parents, my parent and my brother, remember it's only my mom, and my brothers don't know about it. I went back to Enugu, went straight to that office. The man took it himself and started going to other offices. Do you understand? He started going to other offices. So because I was very late, so by then I was 17 years. Guys. And I didn't look big. You know, there are some 17 years old children that look big. I was 17 and very thinking. I was really thin. And the man took me